What's good, y'all? This is Let's Get It with Coach Los. I'm your host, Coach Los AC, certified life and relationship coach that helps people fix or find the relationships they want. And this podcast covers the best relationship advice, tools, and action steps to get the results you want in your personal, professional, and of course, love life. So I hope you get a lot of value from the episode. And if you do, as always, remember to like and subscribe so you can be notified when I drop new episodes. Let's get it. You're wondering if your ex is really over you. You're replaying the past over and over in your mind, checking their social media, asking yourself, do they still think about me? Do they still miss me? Right? Was I really that easy to walk away from? So let's do it. Let's break down some signs that they may not actually be over you, but also what to do to protect yourself so you don't wind up getting stuck waiting for something that may never come back. See, the first days or weeks of a breakup can feel like emotional whiplash, right? You miss them, you hate them, you want to text them, but then you delete the text. And this is all happening within 5 to 10 minutes, right? It's like a whirlwind. And all that internal chaos makes you wonder, well, if I feel like this, maybe they feel the same way too. And that's normal, right? That's fair. But that doesn't mean they're coming back, right? Heck, even if they do miss you and do feel the same and all the things, that doesn't even mean they should come back. So don't confuse your pain for proof of connection. Sometimes you missing someone is just grief, not a sign to reach for them. But let's be honest, sometimes your ex may actually miss you, right? That's actually a thing sometimes. And some signs that tell you this are maybe they like every post you put on social media. Or maybe they're not liking the post, but they watch every story. You don't know how they're feeling, if they're missing you or not, but you see their little icon pop up in the little, story feed every time you see who's watched it, right? Or maybe they are more bold and they comment on your posts and they kind of act like it's, just like a casual thing or just because they know you and they just, like the post or just wanted to, put some input on it or whatever. But that can oftentimes be a sign. Or maybe they reach out to you casually with the just checking in text, right? Because you guys have had a rapport for so long. It's just, normal for them to talk to you, even though you guys aren't together right now and all that. And they're just, hey, how you doing? Just, popping up on you. You crossed my mind or whatever. I saw this thing, made me think of you, or, just seeing what's up. Because, this is what we do. We talk, right? This is how it's always been. And just because we're not together doesn't mean we can't do this, right? That's definitely a sign. Or they may legit bring up old memories to you and say things like, I've been thinking about you, right? Like, you've been on my mind a lot lately, or, I just, keep thinking about these different moments, and they're really kind of bringing back all the romantic experiences, right? Almost like trying to breathe life into that past again to you. Or the grand old sign of trying to see and ask how you're doing without really trying to fix anything. Obviously, you guys are going through a breakup. Obviously, you're probably not doing great because you care for them. They cared for you and you're going through a grief of that relationship, right? But they're popping in to say, hey, how you doing? Just wanted to check on you. Just wanted to, see how you've been, kind of a thing. But they're not really trying to fix things. They really just want to be in your company again, want to be in your space in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? That feels appropriate whilst being an ex and not doing too much. But at the same token, they also do have feelings for you still. So there's empathy for you in some way, right? So they do want to know how you're doing, but it's more about them wanting to stay connected versus them actually wanting to repair something with you, even if it's not to rekindle the relationship, but just to bring, more of a harmony of peace about why you guys broke up maybe, or whatever the case is. And so yes, all those signs may be very accurate and they may absolutely miss you. And that's your confirmation, right? That could be true. But here's what matters so much more. Are they just checking your temperature, popping in, and it's more self-serving for them or what have you? Or are they showing up with real growth, clarity, and intention behind it? Because missing you's human, right? We all go through a detachment space in the grieving of a relationship. So that's normal. And if you are a person of value, which I'm pretty sure you are, right? They should miss you. Why not? You're probably awesome, right? But missing you does not mean someone's meant for you. Big difference. especially if what you had with them broke your peace, drained your energy, and constantly had you doubting yourself, questioning your worth, if you were too much, if your standards were too high, if you were deserving of the love that you were asking for, if you were asking for too much to be heard and everything else, or all the things. So don't let the curiosity of whether they actually miss you or not and all that turn into your own self-sabotage. Wondering if they miss you is a trap, because then you start reading between lines that don't actually exist, right? You start fantasizing about their growth while ignoring how they actually showed up. The truth, they can miss you all they want and still not be right for you, right? They can miss the feeling. They can miss the comfort, the version of you that tolerated what they never fixed. That's not love. That's emotional nostalgia. And nostalgia doesn't build healthy relationships, but it will definitely keep you stuck in unhealthy cycles, right? And that's not alignment. You need someone that's aligned with you, right? So really hear this. They may miss you to pieces and all those things, right? But they're probably missing an old version of you, to where they're not in love with you. They're in love with misalignment, right? And if they're in love with misalignment, then they're not going to be right for you anymore, right? They're not in love with the version of you today that opened your eyes and walked away from that relationship, or had to learn the lessons, maybe them walking away from you, maybe, right? And all the pain that you're going through, and the better version of yourself that you're becoming or have become as a result of that, right? They don't know that version yet because they haven't gotten to experience that version of you. They were probably a huge piece of the creation of this version of you, right? The motivation, right? The inspiration, but they don't know that version of you. So they can't really love you today, but they can definitely love that old version of you that they used to know, that old comfort zone they used to have with you, the old feeling back then, right? So even that alone should let you know this most likely doesn't make the most sense, right? Because they're in love with an unhealthy version of me, right? Either the version that had things that I did that wasn't so cool in the relationship, or the version of me that tolerated and put up with things that I should never have, didn't have boundaries for myself, all these things. They're in love with that person, right? And that's not who you want to be anymore. But understand, most likely, if they haven't shown up, showing that they're here with real growth and clarity and intention and all those things, and trying to really make things right and fix stuff and all that, and they're kind of just popping in like they are, then it's a screaming a big sign to you that they haven't done the work on their end. And all they can do is be in love with that old version of you and not the new you, which is already not going to make sense. So stop waiting for a text from them. Stop checking to see if they're watching your stories, but instead start asking yourself things like, did I feel safe in that relationship? Did I feel seen, supported, and loved the way I actually needed? Or the grand old question, if I went back, what patterns would I be returning to? Right? What cycles would I be going back to? Because truth is, closure doesn't come when they finally apologize or with their return. No, it comes when you finally stop abandoning yourself to keep the door open for them. So yeah, they might still think about you. Heck, they may even actually still miss you, right? But the question isn't, do they miss me? No, the question is, do I miss myself in that relationship? Was I proud of the way I showed up, right? Did I feel like the most whole, empowered version of me? If not, don't go circling a block and go back for a feeling. No, keep healing and moving forward towards your future. If that's something you need help with on that journey, because it can be hard going through that emotional space of detaching from someone you know deep down is not good for you, but you can't seem to get over and let go of and walk away from, then email or DM me the word coaching and we will get to work, only if you're truly ready to put that work in. If you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, don't have the time, space, and maybe even the resources, at least email or DM me the word transformation, and I'll send you the link to my transformation course that'll help you do that inner work and learn the same things I teach my clients one-on-one at your own pace on your own time. Either way, though, do something to get in the race. Let's get it.